So I want to talk about this play here with the Patriots. So if anybody watched the Patriots and the Jets game, I think it was the end of the third quarter or beginning of the fourth quarter. Get a situation here where we have a guy from the Jets who sort of runs into the end zone, and it's very, very close to the pylon. He hits the pylon as he is about to go into the end zone, and they review it. The ruling on the field is a touchdown, but they review it because they review all scoring plays very close. He dives over the pylon, right? And when they review it, they discover that the guy loses the ball. He actually loses possession of the ball before he crosses the plane of the goal. But it appears like he may have regained possession before he goes out of bounds in the end zone. And there's this huge debate because what ended up happening was that the officials called the play a touchback instead of a instead of a touchdown, which is so crazy because most people don't know the rules and they don't understand that if you're on offense and you're the last person to possess the ball and you fumble into the opposing team's end zone and it goes out of bounds, it is a touchback, which means you lose possession and it's just like you kick the ball into the end zone. The other team gets the ball at their own 20, which is what happened. So you go from a situation where it looked like it was either going to be a score for a touchdown or they were going to have the ball at the 1-inch line to, in essence, a turnover. The Patriots get the ball at the 20-yard line, and Twitter goes crazy. They're like, that's the worst call I've ever seen, because what happened was that it wasn't clear that the guy didn't possess the ball after he basically fumbled it. The big controversy is that the call on the field is a touchdown. So they're like, how can you overturn this if it's not clear if he didn't regain possession? And what people don't understand is that the call on the field, and I'm about 99% sure on this, the call on the field was a touchdown. But the call on the field was not that it was a fumble and a recovery for a touchdown. The call on the field was a touchdown. So when they go to review the play, you have a clear-cut fumble, which now changes the play. You don't revert back now to the call on the field as a touchdown because the call on the field was not a fumble and a recovery for a touchdown. It was just a touchdown. The referee on the field did not indicate that there was a fumble. There was no beanbag that came out of his pocket that indicated a fumble. So now we have a clear-cut fumble. That now supersedes the fact that they called it a touchdown. So we have a fumble. It goes to replay. We change it. It's a fumble, but there is not a clear recovery from this Jets player in the end zone. So they rule that the ball has gone out of bounds because there is not indisputable evidence that he recovered it before the ball went out of bounds. And we have a touchback. And, Twitter, of course, goes nuts. There's a conspiracy. I love the people on Twitter that say, how can it be a touchback and not a touchdown? And, of course, these guys have no idea the rule. That it's always been a rule that if you fumble the ball in your opponent's end zone and it goes out of bounds, it is a touchback. And that's exactly what we have happen. And then, like I said, you've got these guys that say, well, it's not clear, so the ruling on the field stands. That is not correct because it is clear. It was a fumble. So the ruling on the field must change because it is a fumble. And it was not a fumble on the field. Now that we have established that it's a fumble, is it clear that he recovered the ball inbounds or not? It is not clear. Therefore, the ball is out of bounds, and it's a touchback.